Good afternoon, everybody. Corey here with the daily roundup of the Yieldmax single stock or named ETFs. So we're going to jump into this to try to make this short and sweet. Here you will see all the net assets and the outstanding shares for all the Yieldmax ETFs here. If you want to do a screenshot of this, you can. I'm not going to read through all of those, but you can see that Tesla is still the biggest. And let's see, I've never thought about looking to see who has the smallest. So the smallest amount of outstanding shares is Dizzo and JPMO with 500,000. Yep, which correlates to its dollar amount too. So yeah. But I'm going to close that. And I just thought of something. And somebody did ask me to add Ulti to this. So I could do that if you want. But the way this would be done would just be Ulti here and not all of the stocks that go with it. If y'all wanted something like that, similar to this, but with those, I guess let me know. Or if you just want me maybe to put Ulti at the bottom and it could just do that roll up like these are. Hold on, I gotta click out of the spot. Like maybe you want me to put, if I can type here, Ulti, and then I actually have this data on this workbook too, even though I do my other stuff outside of it. So I can do that. And I can do this. Sorry, I didn't think about it till this video. But I'm not going to cover all the underlying on this workbook here, so we wouldn't have that data. So I guess I'll just put that there because I already have. But if you want a separate video, you know, sort of like a roll-up video like this that shows all of those, you know, a quick just run over like this, then just let me know. But anyway, so we're going to hide the net assets and the outstanding shares. And then we'll go through here. In case y'all didn't know, the FMOC meeting was today. And after, I don't know, somewhere around 2:30 or 3 o'clock or something, when Powell was done, the stock market started going up. So you can see here, it looks like, as far as our Yieldmax ETF, only 3 of them are down and the rest of them are up. You're going to see some of these are also at their max strike price as well because of that. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? I mean, that was just a fluke at the end of the day. We don't know if it'll continue the next couple of days, but we'll keep an eye on it. But to go down here for the change between yesterday's close and today's close, AIYY was up 19 cents, AMDY down 11, AMZ up 24, Aptly up 5, Coney up $2.28, Dizzo up 14, Phoebe up 36, GUI up 3, JPMO up 4, Murney down 32, MSFO up 20, Misty was up $3.07. Neply was up 6. NVIDIA up 40. OARC up 39. PayPal up 52. SQY, sorry, up 54. Tesla up 19. And it actually started rallying towards the end of the day. But then Zomo was down 2 cents. And then YMAG was up 16, YMAX up 20, and Ulti was up 50. And if we move on to the underline here, we have AI was up 1.27%, AMD was down 0.93%, Amazon was up 1.28%, Apple up 1.47%, Coin was up 11.63%, Disney was up 1.7%. Meta was up 1.87%. Alphabet was up 1.16%. JPMO was up 1.31%. Moderna was down almost 2%. Microsoft was up 0.91%. MicroStrategy was up 9.1%. Netflix up 1.12%. NVIDIA up 1.09%. ARC up 3.5%. PayPal up 3.27%. Block up 2.7%. Tesla up 2.53%. And Zomo was down 0.09%. If we compare these, the difference in the percentages, I've just remembered I said I was gonna change something. This is my main file, so I'm going to read this, so maybe I'll remember this tomorrow. But, so again, we're just looking at, and I'll show you here, it's going to be your Yieldmax ETF percentage change minus the underlying percentage change. So in this case, we're talking 0.01, the difference between the percentages. Therefore, in this case, AI was actually up 0.01% more than AIYY. So basically the same, because that's hardly anything. But I will say the past few days we've been looking at this, the past couple of days, most of the time Yieldmax was beating, I think about 60 or so percent of the time they were beating the underlying. But here, if we look at all the negatives, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 out of the 19, the underlying one. So that's the opposite than the past couple of days. Of course, the past couple of days have been red days. And today, I think we're up in the market about 1% by close of day. So, interesting there. But if we look at these changes, AI, we already said AIYY was basically a wash or the same. If we look at here, the next one, AMDY was better by 0.39%. Amazon was better by 0.23%. Apple was better by 1.18%. Coin better by 2.62%. Disney better by 1.06%. Meta better by 0.3%. Alphabet better by 1%. JPM better by 1.12%. And then Moderna was going down today. Well, Merni ended up doing better by 0.36%. And so that was the same up above for AMDY. It went down today, so the ETF did better. So now I'm curious. Yeah, the same. Well, the Zomo was 2.02, so I don't really. Okay. But we only had. Sorry, I was trying to see if I could see the correlation, but it's sort of 50-50 here. But so we're looking at Microsoft. It was better by 0.02%. I feel like I'm going to take an extra decimal off of these so it doesn't have so many there. I don't want to round it to a whole number, but I don't know that we need those many decimals either. I'm sure y'all don't want to hear me keep saying all of those. But anyway, so Microsoft was really about the same. If we look at Misty line, MicroStrategy was better by 0.45. Netflix was better by 0.8. NVIDIA actually did better than NVIDIA, even though it was positive, by 0.31%. OARC, let's see, ARC did better by 0.45. PayPal better by 0.42. Block better by 0.42. Tesla better by 1.31. And then Zomo, it's about the same, or 0.02. All right. So I'm going to show you this today. I didn't show you this yesterday, and that's because when I built this originally, this is built off the holdings and the trades, just to look at some things that I use for me personally. I don't think I've ever showed you these columns, but I found it interesting, especially with today being an up day. I wanted to show you. But just please keep in mind that these max strike prices are as of yesterday's holdings. We won't have tonight's holdings, well, we won't have today's holdings until tonight. So, well, I don't have it here, but if you remember, used to, I had this thing over here that said max strike price. I removed that when I added the short call and the synthetic income, but I'd had it over here. And what this is doing is it's looking up to that holdings tab, and it's looking to see what the max strike price is for the short calls. It's returning that price, and then of course we're looking to see, okay, well, what is today's close price? So again, just to note, this is based off of yesterday's holdings. So if there was a trade today, and if you look over to the right, it really only looks like one of those had a trade, which was Apple, or Apple, that this may not be the case right now. We'll get the holdings update later, but I guess since it is one, I'll go look that one up for you. But we will go over the trades and the holdings in detail this evening if that's something you would like to watch, but I'm sure a lot of people probably just prefer this. But I'm just testing this out this week to see, test the waters to see how y'all like this, because I'm usually just doing the detailed stuff at night. So make sure you let me know if you like this, hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment that you'd like for me to keep doing this or whatever, because this is just a test at this point. But I'm showing you these columns, U, V, and W, to just give you an idea of what these look like at the close of day based on yesterday's holdings. So what it's saying here, so if you look at Apple, for example, the max strike price as of yesterday was $175. Well, if you remember today, let me open it back up here. So if we look at Apple here, it closed at 178.67. So if the max strike price on the short calls, now remember, there could be one short call, there could be 5 short calls. This is just the max, this is the one that has the highest strike price. And so we can see here that the current stock price is $3.67 above this. So that's what the max is, right? It's just saying that we are at our max for all the strike prices for that ETF. And then, of course, then there's just a percentage. But there's so many of them here today because the stock market did, go up like it did. So, and you can see the same thing here with Dizzo, 115. Let me just show you the prices so you can see them. So 115 and let me see there. I don't have things on these, but let me hide these. I just want to make sure that, I'm sure y'all can see it, but I like to make things a little better if possible. So if we look here, you can see how far away we are. And you see this one we're $1.46 over. This one we're $4.74. This one we're almost 4. And then I say this one, so like you're watching me. So, I mean, like you're watching it, not listening. I'm sorry. Some people are listening. So, Apple, let me go back through it. Apple, it's over its strike price by roughly 2%. Dizzo is over its strike price by about 1%. GUI's over its strike price by about 3%. JPMO is over about 2%. PayPay is over 0.05 cents. So it's just 5 cents, but it's at it. And then Tesla is over about almost 2%. Again, tomorrow, though, it could go back down. But I just found this interesting, so I thought I'd show you. I don't know if you want me to show y'all because, again, it is based on yesterday's holdings. But I will look at this one since there was only one, right? Because if we look here at all of our trades, all of the ones that have maxed out, especially if you haven't seen the videos or watch them that I do later, I can show you this one. So this is saying that there were trades on here. So let's just look to see if it's going to change, if their strikes change. So yeah, I've got them filtered. Which one am I doing? Sorry, I forgot. I gotta zoom in some. So here on Apple, if we look at, oh, it's because I have it filtered. I'm sorry. I did that so I could do something. But here you can see those trades for Apple. So, of course, they added to the synthetic, and then they have another short call with a new, that's why this says new over here, strike price of 180. So, in case you haven't seen that before, it gives you an idea there. So, this one will be 180. So, this one won't be at its max after today. But anyway, I know, I'm sorry, this video is going to be longer because I decided to show that part to you just because it was an interesting day. If we go to the roll-up of the trades that are showing on the website, AIYY brought in $14,000 for the short call and $293,000 for the synthetic for a total of $307,000. Aptly brought in $2,000 for short calls, but paid out almost $19,000 for the synthetics for a negative almost $17,000. MSFO brought in a little over $4,000, but paid out over $50,000 for the synthetics for a total of negative almost $46,000 for the day. Nephle, they brought in a little over $4,000, but paid out $62,000 in the synthetics. And that was a total of negative $57,000 for the day. And then OARC brought in $4,000, and the synthetics, they brought in almost $16,000 for a total of almost $20,000. So that's just a roll-up of the trades. Again, if you want more in-depth of the trades and their holdings and the strike prices and all of that information, once the holdings post tonight, which will be somewhere around 9 o'clock, then I will do a video that goes over that if you want to watch that. But let me know what you think about this video. Again, this is just a test to test this out this week to see how it goes. And then I just realized that I don't have Ulti down here, which I can't do any of those. I won't be able to do these down here either because these aren't coded on this spreadsheet. And then, so I guess let me know if you want me to do something similar to this with Ulti, but with all of the, you know, all of the stocks that they hold there. But all right, I'll let y'all go for now and talk to y'all later. Thank you. Bye.